Hey there, what is up? It's Sean Bailey, the Sales Funnel Nerd. Welcome to this video today where we're going to talk about how to average $30.44 by selling a $7 product. That doesn't really make sense, does it? But that's okay. Well, once we're done this video. So let's take a look and see. Now, when I first started creating funnels and getting into sales funnels and way back in the day, I had to work to put together a funnel. Like, it was tough. I had to get 5 things to talk to 5 other things just to get like some basic automation, right? And it was very challenging, very tough. Took a lot of like spreadsheets, organization, links, trying to just make a funnel and just run through. I just wanted somebody to do, the stuff that we can do now with funnels, is just so simple with ClickFunnels compared to what we had to do in the past, and that is one of the reasons why I love it. So when I first got into ClickFunnels, I did things in the wrong order, right? I would go and I would like load up a funnel. I'd go and then play around in the editor, and I would waste a fantastic amount of time just like playing with the pages, changing things around, changing colors, doing just stupid stuff. And then it would be like, it's time to try to figure out an offer and see what we're going to go with here and actually, try and sell something, do things properly here. So it took me a while, but eventually I learned the proper order that you should do things in there as far as I got the results that we're going to see once I finally sat down and basically hacked a successful funnel, created an offer instead of trying to just sell a product, and then did things the right way. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we got some stats on a funnel here. So we'll go through this, and then we're actually going to kind of, just so I know some people are kind of visual when it comes to the learning style, so we're actually going to draw it out just so you can see as well. But we'll just kind of go through this so you can see and understand some of these, some of the stats that we're looking at here. So the first thing that we've got here is the landing page, the blueprints, right? So that one there. So what that means is, out of the unique page views, I think I'm actually going to invoke some mouse just so you can follow along here. So right here, what we're really concerned with is the unique page views. How many unique visitors came to the landing page? And that's the first step in this funnel, is the landing page, or squeeze page, it's sometimes called. You might hear me go back and forth on that, but the two are pretty much the same in my vocab. So out of the 588 people, 265 of them opted in. So when we talked about an opt-in rate or a conversion rate, that's how many people will opt in or do something on your page. How does things convert? Like how well does it invoke people to take action? So we can see 45% of the people who came to that page opted in, and then they became a subscriber because they joined my email list and all that kind of good stuff, right? So that's great. But what we're worried about is right after that comes the sales page. So they were presented with an offer, not a product, an offer, right? So what this means is we take a look. So just below this, what we're concerned with is this. So there was 16 sales, and out of the people that opted in, so we sold 5.6% of them. So not bad for cold traffic, people who literally just come to the page. There was no advertising spent on this funnel, and just kind of let it run because it was like, cool, let's do things the right way, see what happens with the funnel. It was like, lo and behold, things kind of work out the way they said they would. When they talk about how a funnel is supposed to perform, and you get similar results, you're like, wow, turns out when you do things the right way, how experts suggest that you do it, then you get expert level results, I guess. So back to the funnel here. We can see now what's really cool about this is that we're going to go into this on the next slide, and you'll see how we got to this $30.44 average cart value, right? Because what happens is we've got the next step below this is the OTO. So what that means is one-time offer, or like an upsell, basically, right? So it's like, hey, you just got this thing. This is like the next kind of step in your customer journey. If it's positioned right, your upsell should absolutely sell. And that's the point here. Is what we see is that out of those 16 sales, 3 people took the upsell, right? So an 18% take rate on that, and that's the point, is that you can see, you can get it to the point where 20% or 30% of your buyers are taking your upsell. So when it's like every 5th person takes the upsell, that's why your average cart value goes up. So we're going to take a look in a little bit finer detail on this so you can see. So when we go in and look as far as our stats, so we can see those 16 sales, right? And the cool thing is like I say, this is a $7 product that they're initially going to buy on the sale, just a simple tripwire. And out of those 16 sales, right off the bat, 12 people, a 75% take rate, took what's called the order bump. So there was an order bump on the order page. Basically, when there's filling in the credit card, they're going to buy the $7 thing. It's like an additional, hey, if you want this, it's available right here, right now. Pretty much an irresistible offer for another $7. Right? And then if they put a check mark in that box, it adds it onto the total. So instead of $7, now it's $14 purchase. Right? So instantly, right off the bat, just by having that order bump, we've doubled our front end. Right now try to think about this as far as like from an advertising dollar sense, right? If all I was doing was selling one $7 product and that was it, no order bumps, no upsells, none of that kind of stuff, then I could spend what? $7 on ads, right? If it cost me $7 to get a customer, then that's great. Then my business is great. But what if all of a sudden things go up, there's increase in costs here or there, or competition, and all of a sudden it costs me $8 to get a customer? Well, no, that's no good, and I guess I'm out of business, right? That's why you're able to increase your average customer value by such a wide margin, right? I'm starting with a $7 product, but my average customer value is $30. That's over 4x from what I'm starting at. And the reason is because 75% of the people are taking an instant upsell right on the order page that's doubling my front end. I'm going from $7 to $14 right off the bat before they've even hit the next part here with one OTO. Typically people, you'll see they'll have more than one upsell in their funnel after you buy. A good rule of thumb is 2 upsells and then that's good. I've been through ones where seriously there were 6 upsells. Like by the end, you're like, no, I don't want to buy anymore. This is like starting to make this into like a negative experience for me. So don't go into upsell. It doesn't need to be like 6 or 7 upsells. 2 seems to be a good magic number. This one, like you saw, I only had 1 in here and 18% of the people are taking it. So you can see just having that, and that's a $97 upsell. Boom, all of a sudden this, right? This made more money than all the sales of the initial tripwire. Right? So just by having that in place, that's how you're able to just absolutely, crush your competition, because now we know that, if we go back to the other slide for a sec here, we know that my average cart value is $30.44. So I can spend up to $30 to acquire a customer, right? And if you're selling, even if you've only got the order bump in place, you've got your $7 item and then your $7 order bump, you're still only up to $14. So I can still outspend you 2 to 1, right? And who's going to win when it comes to who can spend more to acquire a customer, right? It's always the person who can spend more. So that is why funnels are so awesome. That is why upsells are so awesome. And let's take a look, and I will actually give you guys a little bit more, and we'll draw this out, because all good things happen in MS Paint, said a wise man. Okay, so now we got our paint, our whiteboard here, so let's get to it. So let's draw this out. The funnel that we just saw, so it was pretty simple, right? There was a squeeze page. So they get there, and we show them. So we're getting used to the paint, okay? So they get to the squeeze page, and then they can see the thing. And then we've got a couple fields for them to fill out. And then we've got a button to submit the page. And then you can have more. You can have underneath, sometimes you can have bullet points or information on the page to convince them to opt in. The simpler, the better. So it's the simpler, the better, in my opinion, when it comes to squeeze pages. The more curiosity you can evoke, the better. So instead of it turns out having a video on your squeeze page doesn't really increase conversions. Just like an ebook cover, or like a picture of the thing, something, without, a video, and then name, email address, submit, right? Yeah. And the button, you want a good call to action. Yes, I want the thing, right? So you can get away with just asking for the email address if you're just starting out. You will get more conversions apparently if you just have the email address. But if you go for first name, it's never been a problem. I'm asking for both on this page here, and this was converting at, like we said, 45%, right? 45%. So our next page, after they opt in, Now, typically this is in a sequence after someone opts in the next page. I'll refer to it, or you hit refer to as the thank you page. But in this page, it's actually a sales page that they're landing on in place of just a plain old page that says thank you, right? Because what's the point of that? So now we've got our sales page, and it could be a long form sales page. It could have on it, so they land, there's going to be a headline, and maybe we've got like a video going on here. Yeah, we'll check out some skills there. Paint. Right, 90? There we go. Look at that. Looks like a video player button. So we've got a video there, maybe it's just a VSL, and then we've got our buy button underneath. Now it could be like maybe a hybrid page, and then there's a whole bunch of text underneath, and maybe you don't even have this video at all. Maybe it's just text. Ultimately, there's going to be a button that says, yes, I want that thing. And in here, we've got our offer description, outline. It's irresistible. They cannot lay off. They absolutely have to get this thing because, and I'm a big fan of tripwire funnels as far as, the price is so low and the value is so high in the offer that they just can't resist, right? So 5%, like I say, 5% is a good rate to aim for converting cold traffic. Well, I guess it isn't even cold traffic because they've seen my video. So we'll say warm traffic that's coming there, right? Not absolutely cold, but if I look at different periods in that funnel, if I look at different, say different 3-month periods on there, sometimes it got up to as high as 8%, right? But the overall, that big chunk there, the entire time slice on it, we're seeing that it was at 5%. So this is our sales page / thank you page. And this one we saw, it was converting, we'll put this underneath here, because I made my square too big, we said this was converting at 5%. So now they get to the next step in the funnel is that they're like, yes, I want this. They click the buy button, and then boom, they wind up on the order page. Now on the order, this is where we're going to have the order form. All the stuff as far as name, email, address, credit card number. This is it. This is where they buy. And then over here, we're going to have some bullet points, some descriptions, just hammer the point home as far as the benefits and how awesome this product is, right? And then on here, this is where on the page you would have right down near the bottom here where it's going to have the total. It's kind of an ugly color of green. I wanted something a little prettier, but that's what it is. So down here, this is where our order bump is. And there's literally going to be a little box that they would put a check mark in if they wanted to add the order bump. So here it says $7. They put a check mark in the box. All of a sudden it doubles to $14. So now in here, this description's got to be pretty good because that's all it is just a text description. But it's the kind of thing like, yeah, add 3 more templates or add the extra bonus pack, or you know what I mean? Like if you look around, especially Russell does and ClickFunnels and everything that they do as far as they always have order bumps. It's like free money at the front. They do an excellent job of it. So if you want to see it, go take a look at that, right? But on here, once they click that box and put the check mark in, then it's going to add that extra item to their total. They'll be able to see it, and then they can add that to the front here. So as far as our order page, throw our text on here, order. Oh, we're doing it in red. Let's change it back to black. Nope. It's beyond my skills with paint here. So we got our order page. And then after they've entered their credit card info, whether or not they've gone with the order bump, that is when they're going to be hit with an OTO page. Right? So here, this is our OTO. Now it could be, like I say, you could have as many of these as you want, but the more that you put after, like I say, 2, people are going to be like, you'll probably get people emailing you and be like, that was horrible. Please get rid of some of your stuff. So our OTO, now this page here, like we said, was converting at, back to text, 18%, right? So in here, this range, we want to get to like 20-30% range as far as our OTO. If it's not converting well, it's because the offer sucks, right? It's not applicable. It's not the right deal. You're not doing it right, right? And typically with an OTO, what I like to go with is to have just a simple page, headline, stop, hold on, let's customize your order, something to that effect. And then on here, I just have, it's going to be a video. and we'll throw in the triangle again to make it look like a video, and then rotate it 90 degrees. Boom. So we've got our video on the page. Stop. Quick video. Hey, do you want to add this to your order? And then we go have our OTO script playing on here, and then it'll be a button on the page underneath. Yes, I want to add this, dollar item to my order right here, right now. And then underneath that will typically be some text to the effect, no. It'll be no, I don't want. Right? So this will determine whether or not, so this button is yes, this is no, I don't want to add this to my order. And like I say, 18% of the time people went, yes, I'll take that. And this was a $97 item. So that is why my average cart value exploded, right? Now on here, after they go through, if all your OTOs, in this case it was just one, and then we land here and we've got our order confirmation page, right? And from there, they're going to be able to access the product, get a recap, lets them know that everything went through successfully, and that is how that funnel works. So that is why I love ClickFunnels, because you can go, and if you actually do what people who've gotten awesome results say, you can do it, and ClickFunnels just lets you do it so fast. So I'm going to have some awesome stuff underneath here. You can see how to get your ClickFunnels account for free. And I will see you in the next video.